Welcome to this brief little presentation on ERP software. In particular today I'm going to focus on reporting. The number of ways you can produce reports, from your list options to the SQL writer and the report wizard. If you haven't already watched the main video on ERP software and how every module is included within the package, how you get all the functionality, it's a real-time system, all those sorts of things, please stop this video at this stage and go and watch that one first, then come back to this. The level of understanding that you'll gain from doing that first will greatly improve your experience in watching this video here. Alright, what we'll do is a couple of concepts to throw at you. When you look at a list or a report, the concept behind both of them is virtually identical to what I'm about to do now, in that these are completely customizable. I can move fields around as I see fit, I can sort on fields, and I can search on fields. Again, very simple type stuff. If I want to filter on these, I have a huge range of options in here for my filtering. I can customize them, I can change them, and move them around. So I can do an exclude filter, an and filter, and I can do this on multiple columns. So I'm not restricted to just the one column. I can then filter on a filter on a filter as many times out as I see fit. So there you have it. I've done a quick little filter on Jones. I can see what I've created with this filter, and I can dump this straight out to a spreadsheet. So if I wanted to call this a Jones spreadsheet, I now have an instant spreadsheet on my desktop. It's simple as that. Let me clear this out. I'll just clear this filter so you can see what we're going to play with. So basic concepts there. You can move fields around, you can customize, you can modify. I can change the fonts within these fields. I can create different row colors. So if it helps, I can make each alternate row a different color. I can move and customize this to suit me individually. So this will be just really for my settings. Each person can have their own settings outside of that again. Now also within ERP, whenever you look at data, it's drillable. So every list and report again will drill you back to the original transaction or piece of data that makes up the report in the first place. So for argument's sake, if I jump in here and run a P&L or a balance sheet or any of those sorts of things, I can look at the values on the report, double click, and zoom back to the original transaction that made up the value in the first place. So drilling straight back, get the whole lot. Also within ERP, you have the ability to run your reports by what we call cost centers or departments, where you can look at an individual department or as the company as a consolidated group. So you might have a parts department and a sales area and admin. You can track each of those individually as a cost center, or as a consolidated group, look at the total. And again, double click, you can zoom back to the transactions that make it up. So pretty simple stuff. These departmental type concepts run right throughout the program. So again, if I'm looking at a balance sheet, those sorts of things, I can pick different departments to run those balance sheets on. And again, double click will take me back to the original transaction that makes it up. You've got nifty little reports in there like summary sheets where you can see your entire business on one screen. Again, double click, you can drill back to anything that makes it up. You can pick a whole bunch of reports that we give you as part of the package. These are again all customizable. So if you drill into any one of these, you can expand them out, you can add columns, you can change them around and do what you will with those. Part of this is I can make my own reports as well. So in here we might want to customize our sales report a little bit here. So I'm going to jump in and I'm going to turn a couple of fields off here that I don't want to see: my gross profit, department name, titles like that. I could make this into a customizable report, and I'm going to call this Dean's Sales, and I want this to display in my Sales tab at the same time as well. So now my heading has changed. I've got Dean's Sales, and when I jump back out, open my report selector again, I have a My Reports section now. This will list the reports that I've created. When I double click, I get what I've created from the original report in the first place. Fantastic stuff. Part of all your reports, particularly in your accounting area, you may be running your foreign exchange options in that as well. You can display, and I've only got one turned on here, I can display these reports in that currency. So not only can I see the Australian value or the UK or Canadian, whatever it may be, but I can also see any number of alternate foreign exchange or currencies and what values they would display. So I can look at my P&L or balance sheet in US dollars, for argument's sake, if that's what I want to do. Now, part of this, when you look at any of these sorts of reports, and I'll jump back into a basic list here, when I do print this user-friendly customizable report, you can change this around in all sorts of ways. The range of choices in here is absolutely enormous, even down to things like I might want to see what my average AR balance is and not just see it as a sum or as a total. I can make all sorts of changes to the look, the feel, the titles, the values that I get within the report. So there's a whole range of choices that you can make to move those things around. As part of this, you can also chart any of your reports. So if I simply right mouse click on here, I can see my chart view. I can pop it in and view that in all sorts of different ways. A great way of doing this is, and we'll go do one. Let's pop open our accounts receivable report. Let's chart our accounts receivable report, and I'm just going to pop this open with a bit of detail. Pick chart view, and it's going to say, what do you want to create from this? So I'm going to enter my data, and let's call this our AR chart. Give it a simple name. I won't put any filters to it. Apply that, and I'm going to pick a simple bar chart for this example. Let's pick a name. What should we put in here? Let's put in customer name, and I don't know, maybe amount due. So we apply that. I'm going to get rid of some of these labels because I don't want to see those, and I'll get rid of these options as well. Give it a bit of color, and make it a full screen. And there we go. I mean, not gorgeous, but you get the idea. You can make a very, very simple, quick chart. Having saved that, when I go back to my charts now, here's my chart that I just created, and I can pop open and have a view of it at any time. Simple as that. Now, as well with the package, this is what we call our basic reporting level. You can extend this into SQL type reports. So ERP comes with a full report SQL writer, and let's jump into one here. Let's go and modify, say, an invoice, or create a report from an invoice. In here you can customize this as much as you like. You can move fields around, make any changes. I can drop in barcode fields, I can drop images in. You can effectively make any sort of template or report that you can possibly come up with. If we don't have exactly what you're looking for within ERP and our standardized reports, go and make one. Simply click new, use the wizard, pick the fields that you want to drop in. I'm just going to drop a bunch in here. I'm going to give it a couple of looks and feels, make it a landscape, I'll make it a flavor there, hit finish, and there's my report. I mean, it's not gorgeous, but you get the idea. Real quick and easy to make. I can move fields around again, I can redesign that any way I see fit. So, a couple of simple ways of doing it. You also have the power to create any type of report, in other words something that we mightn't have come up with, it's all there for you. This video is only really designed to give you an overview. It hasn't been customized or designed around exactly what you want in your business from your reports and all those sorts of things, but give the guys and girls down at ERP a call. They'd be more than happy to come on site and do a detailed presentation to suit your business, i.e. they can present the software to exactly what you want from your software and what you're trying to achieve with that. Give them a call, they'd be more than happy to come on site, and thanks for watching this simple little video.